You can know your net worth and still feel confused about what to do next. You can know where you stand financially and still wonder where your next dollar should go. That is where budgeting comes in. A budget is not a punishment. A budget is not a list of everything you are forbidden to enjoy. A budget is simply a plan for your money before you spend it. In personal finance, budgeting means deciding how your income will be used before the money disappears. That is the beginner-friendly definition. Budgeting is telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. In the last lesson, you learned about net worth. Net worth shows your financial position. It answers the question, where do I stand? Budgeting answers a different question, what should my next dollar do? That question sounds small, but it can change your entire financial life. Imagine you get paid $3,500 for the month. At first that number may feel clear. You see the paycheck enter your checking account, but then rent is due. Groceries need to be bought, gas needs to be paid, a phone bill arrives, a credit card payment is waiting, a friend invites you to dinner, an online store shows you a sale, a subscription renews quietly by the end of the month. The money may be gone, and you may ask the familiar question, where did it go? Budgeting exists to answer that question before it happens. Instead of waiting until the money disappears, you give the money jobs in advance. Some dollars are assigned to rent, some dollars are assigned to grocery receipts, some dollars are assigned to transportation, some dollars are assigned to savings, some dollars are assigned to debt payments. Some dollars can even be assigned to fun. A budget is not only about cutting, it is about choosing. It helps you decide what matters before random spending decides for you. Think of your money like a group of workers. If the workers have no instructions, they wander everywhere. One worker goes to fast food, one worker goes to a sale, one worker goes to an app subscription, one worker disappears into a forgotten payment. At the end, you may not have enough workers left for the important jobs. A budget gives each worker a job. You are not trying to be perfect. You are trying to be intentional. That is the real purpose of budgeting. Many beginners avoid budgets because they think a budget means saying no to everything. But a good budget does not only say no. A good budget says yes on purpose, yes to rent being covered, yes to groceries being planned, yes to saving a little, yes to paying down debt, yes to fund money that does not create guilt. If this just made your dollars look like tiny employees waiting for instructions, subscribe to the channel. We are learning money from zero before your paycheck joins a circus. Now, let us build a very simple budget. Start with income. Suppose your take-home pay is $3,500 per month. Take-home pay means the money you actually receive after taxes and deductions. That is, the money available for your plan. Next, list your needs. Needs are the costs that keep your basic life running. Rent or housing, groceries, utilities, transportation, insurance, minimum, debt payments, basic phone service. These are not always exciting, but they usually need to be handled first. Suppose your needs cost $2,300. Now subtract that from your income. $3,500 minus $2,300 leaves $1,200. That does not mean you should immediately spend $1,200. It means you now have to decide what the remaining money should do. Next, choose savings and debt goals. Maybe you want to save $300 for an emergency fund. Maybe you want to pay an extra $200 toward a credit card balance that uses $500. Now you have $700 left. Next, plan flexible spending. Flexible spending includes restaurants, entertainment, clothes, hobbies, small shopping, and other choices that can change from month to month. You may decide to use $500 for flexible spending. That leaves $200. You can give that $200 another job. Maybe it goes to extra savings. Maybe it goes to a future car repair. Maybe it goes to a gift fund. Maybe it becomes a small cushion for surprises. That is budgeting. It is not magic. It is not about guessing perfectly. It is choosing jobs for your money before the month begins. Let us write the simple version. Income, $3,500. Needs, $2,300. Savings, an extra debt payment, $500. Flexi spending, $500. Extra cushion, $200. Total planned, $3,500. Every dollar has a job. That does not mean every dollar is trapped forever. Life changes, prices change, plans change. A budget can be adjusted. The goal is not to predict the month perfectly. The goal is to notice when the plan and real life are different. If groceries cost more than expected, you adjust. If gas is lower than expected, you adjust. If an unexpected bill appears, you adjust. A budget is a guide, not a cage. This is important. A budget should help you make decisions. It should not make you feel like a robot. A beginner budget only needs a few categories: income, needs, savings, debt payments, flashy goal spending, cushion. That is enough to start. You do not need 27 categories on day one. You do not need a perfect plan. You do not need to track every penny with fear. Start simple. If you make the budget too complicated, you may quit. A simple budget that you actually use is better than a perfect budget that you ignore. Now let us talk about the most common beginner mistake. People make a budget after the money is already gone. They look back and try to explain what happened. That can be useful, but budgeting works best when it looks forward. Before the month begins, ask, what money is coming in? What must be paid? What should be saved? What debt should be reduced? What can be spent freely? What should be protected for surprises? These questions turn money into a plan. Another mistake is forgetting irregular expenses. Not every cost arrives every month. Car, registration, holiday gifts, school supplies, medical bills, annual subscriptions, birthday gifts, clothing replacement, home repairs. If you ignore these costs, they feel like emergencies when they arrive. But many of them are not true emergencies. They are predictable, irregular expenses. Budgeting helps you prepare for them. For example, suppose car registration costs $240 once a year. If you ignore it, the bill feels painful when it arrives. But if you set aside $20 each month, you have $240 after 12 months. The same bill becomes less stressful. This is one of the quiet superpowers of budgeting. It turns future surprises into planned categories. Not every surprise can be predicted, but many can. A budget gives your future self a little protection. Budgeting also helps with guilt. Without a budget, spending can feel confusing. You buy dinner and wonder if you should feel bad. You buy a shirt and wonder if you made a mistake. You subscribe to something and forget about it. Then later you feel stressed because money is tight. A budget helps separate planned spending from accidental spending. If you decided to set aside $150 for fun money, then using part of that money for dinner is not a failure. It was planned. The problem is not fun. The problem is fun spending that quietly steals from rent, savings, or debt payments. A budget creates boundaries inside the boundary. You can enjoy money with less guilt. Outside the boundary, you pause and think. This is why budgeting is not only math. It is decision-making. It gives you a way to say yes, no, or not yet. Sometimes the answer is yes, yes, this fits the plan. Sometimes the answer is no, no, this would hurt the plan. Sometimes the answer is not yet, but I can save for it. That not yet is powerful. It turns impulse into patience. It turns wanting into planning. It turns stress into a choice. Now, should every budget be the same? No. A student budget may look different from a parent budget. A single person in a small apartment may budget differently from a family with children. Someone with high debt may focus more on debt payments. Someone with low savings may focus more on an emergency fund. Someone with unstable income may need a bigger cushion. The best budget is the one that fits your real life and helps you move in the right direction. For a complete beginner, use this simple process. Step 1. Write your take-home income. Step 2. Write your necessary costs. Step 3. Choose one savings goal. Step 4. Choose one debt goal if you have debt. Step 5. Choose a flexible spending amount. Step 6. Leave a small cushion if possible, then check during the month. Do not wait until the end if you can avoid it. A 5-minute check once a week can help. Look at what you planned. Look at what actually happened. Adjust before the month runs away. This is not about shame. This is about steering. A budget is like a steering wheel for your money. Without it, money can still move, but it may not move where you want. With it, you have a better chance of guiding the direction. Let us connect budgeting to what you already learned. Cash flow shows money moving in and out. Assets show what you own. Liabilities show what you owe. Net worth shows where you stand. Budgeting helps decide what happens next. That is why budgeting belongs after net worth. Once you know where you stand, you can choose your next step. If your net worth is negative, a budget can help you reduce debt slowly. If your savings are low, a budget can help you build a small emergency fund. If your spending feels random, a budget can help you create order. If your income is limited, a budget can help you protect the most important priorities. Budgeting does not make money unlimited. It helps limited money make clearer choices. That is the honest truth. A budget will not solve every financial problem overnight, but it can stop your money from being completely unmanaged. And unmanaged money usually disappears faster. Subscribe before your paycheck files a missing person report. We are building financial confidence one simple habit at a time. Let us summarize. A budget is a plan for your money before you spend it. It helps answer, what should my next dollar do? It is not punishment. It is not perfection. It is a guide. It helps you cover needs, save, reduce debt, spend with less guilt, and prepare for future costs. The simplest budget starts with income, needs, savings, debt, payments, flexible spending, and a cushion. At the beginning, your money was moving without a clear map. Now you know that budgeting gives your money direction before it disappears. Your next lesson is, what is saving? If budgeting tells your money where to go, saving teaches you how to keep some of it for your future self. In the next lesson, you will learn why saving is not about leftover money, but about protecting future choices.